Why is it you're always causing some sort of commotion?
I don't cause commotions, I am one.
I'm going to ask this one because you were not at my first interview with Jeff.
Right.
But in that interview, everyone gushed about you for dancing through life.
Right.
And just talk about getting prepared for that, because I know it was a lot.
Well, I
want to hear this. I can't.
Thank you. Thanks for gushing.
Hear about this enough.
Thanks for gushing, Jeff.
Oh, I'll gush. You can't keep me. Wild horses couldn't keep me from my gush about you.
Chris Scott, the choreographer, and Leah, who was his assistant, particularly sort of galvanized, and it was hard. It's hard work, but it's such the joy of being invited into playing any character in Wicked is matched by the sort of fear of doing everyone, and serving the team and the story and the character. So I did, it's a lot of hard work, and actually Jeff and I only met really on set, but the months running up to it, I was dipping in and out as I was filming Fellow Travellers, but we would miss each other by minutes in the rehearsal room, and he was working on his number and I was working on mine in the afternoon, and vice versa.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like Sliding Doors, that movie with
Gwyneth
Paltrow, whose food we just had for
we
lunch.
just had her goop.
Don't let her get away! This wicked witch.
We're going to ask you a couple of questions about your role. I mean, playing the headmistress at Shiz is just kind of incredible. What's it like being the leader of such a magical school, and what was the most amazing thing that you got to see on set?
Well, it's powerful. You have all that power in your hands. You can dictate to them whatever you want them to do. And because they want to be you, they'll do anything.
I like this. I like this power they're giving you. And it looks good on you. Can I go ahead and say it?
You.
A lot of your scenes are with Cynthia, who we love. What is it like having her as a scene partner?
Oh my God. I mean, she was so encouraging, and I adore her for giving me the confidence, because she would stand there and go like, I know you can do this, because I've heard you. Just have fun, sing it out. Because I was going like, doing the squeaky thing, because there's so many people around. And I think at the end of the day, when you hear have fun, that's the key word. It's like, you're surrounded by people who love you, who are there for you. It's like, what can go wrong, right? You're just singing next to Cynthia Erivo.
No big deal. Grammy
big deal.
Tony winner, no big deal. One thing I wanted to ask you, what did you say to Jon when he calls you up and says, I want you to be in this, but also I want you to sing?
Actually, I was the one who called him back, and I said, I don't sing, right? And he was like, no problem. And the next thing I knew was I had this video from him, from Ariana and Cynthia, saying, it's imperative you come and join us now. So how can you refuse a lovely request like that?
Listen to me. You can do anything.
I definitely want to get a chance to talk about Wicked itself and why it connects to so many people, because you guys are going to be immortalized as these characters for forever. So why do you think it means so much to folks? And Ethan, I'll start with you.
Wicked's been around for a long time at this point. It's been around for 20 years, and people have loved it for so many different reasons. It's really meaningful to be a part of the Wicked family, and then to be the Bach and the Nessa, but who are in people's homes eventually and on the big screen. It's just an honor, and if I were not in it, I would be so thrilled to be watching it over and over again. I was already so excited when I heard it was coming out. It was going to be made. So, just as a fan, I can't believe that I get to be in it too.
That's lovely. What about you?
Yeah, it absolutely means the world to me, and I think a lot of the fans watching will, because all the characters in it are so complex, I think they'll see one another and a lot of the characters, and at least little pieces of themselves in the characters. And maybe some of it's reflection, and maybe some of that is something they'll learn. Maybe they'll learn about the character and realize something within themselves too. And that's something I think a lot of people, and including myself, are going to take out of this film.
It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Jon, congratulations on the film. So excited to talk to you again. I'm most excited to talk to you about the sequences, because when I last spoke with you, I hadn't seen the film. Now I've seen it.
Yes.
And one short day. Walk us through how you did that.
Well, that was a hard one because it's Emerald City. And if there's any moment in Wizard of Oz lore, it's like, what does it feel like to walk into the Emerald City? So it started with the perspective. And I knew that we were going to build Emerald City. So I wanted to bring the audience in and show that we weren't going to cheat. So there's one long oneer that we go straight through and see all the buildings that we build, all the levels. There are dancers on the rafters up there, and what it felt like to see a place that is aspirational, where everyone is there who has ambition and dreams, and there's animals and Aussians together. So we built this stage, or this set. It was huge. You could go into the salon, you could walk into any place, the dessert place, the magazines. You could open up and read articles. It was that detailed, and to have hundreds and hundreds of dancers all in sync and doing it, it was just an amazing experience to do. And yeah, it was just one of those things that you just dream about as a kid, to be able to shoot a sequence like that. And the song, of course, One Short Day, is great. And then to be able to go further with Oz, because it's the Emerald City, you had, the flat heads, and be inspired by the Denslow drawings from the original book. All those things came into play. Everyone was on full on deck. The costumes, the production design, the VFX, everyone was in on that. And of course, the ladies themselves had to really sell that as well.
I love that so much. I know that folks, by this time that they're going to see the film, are knowing that there's part 2, obviously, and then they're going to be like me the minute they saw it, waiting for part 2 to come out. Like, yeah. I want it today.
Me too.
Sorry. But what are you most excited for them to see in the next one? What are you excited for fans to finally take a look at?
Well, I love that, movie 1's about choices and how hard it is to make choices. But sometimes it's even harder to deal with the consequences of those choices. And so it gets messier in movie 2. And we don't have to do the backstory. We don't have to do catch up. It is, you are in the mud from the very beginning. And this beautiful, perfect, simple fairy tale suddenly becomes very complicated. And watching these girls and that relationship evolve from that is after I've gone through a relationship with them already, is exciting. And I'm excited for the audience to feel that too.
So is it like you're not picking between your kids? Come on, give me a number. I want a number. Give me a title of a song, sir, a moment. Come on.
In movie 1?
In movie 2.
Oh, movie 2.
That you're looking forward for folks seeing.
Oh, I mean, For Good is like the song. Of course, there is No Good Deed.
Yeah.
Where Cynthia kills this thing. And she has her whole monkey army turning to her side, and she's accepting the witch that they want her to be, and it is extraordinary. And we have 2 new songs that I can't talk about yet, but they're very, very fantastic.
Okay, I like that. We'll get back to movie 1 because the internet has already fallen in love with just the 20 seconds of Dancing Through Life that they've seen. Did you film it knowing that it was going to be the thing of thirsty videos about John? I just feel like you knew what you were doing. You're like,
I mean, come on, it's Johnny Bailey. It's Dancing Through Life. This was his moment. He was killing it. In rehearsals, he came in, he was shooting Bridgerton and his other series at the same time. So he would come in, we're like, okay, this is what we're thinking. And he owned it in a way that it was almost so at ease. There's very few leading men these days that aren't trying to be leading men. And he didn't have to try. He just did it. And his amazing skill set of being able to move, act, and sing all at the same time. We wanted to showcase that. And then we have this turning wheel, we call it the tornado wheel, that he had to learn how to actually maneuver with it. The engineering in that alone is very sophisticated. And he has the humor about him. So it was all with light touches. And yeah, of course we knew it was going to be a thirst trap for everybody. And we played into that.